All right, guys, I want to talk about the Atlanta Hawks. This is a team that they should have won this game, okay? They should have won this game, and it's preseason basketball. Let's not be worried. But they lost to a team that only attempted 77 shots from the field while they attempted 93. And yes, they shot 40% from three, and they out rebounded the Cavaliers, had more assists, had more blocks, had more steals, had less turnovers, had equal amount of points in the paint. But the thing is they had too many fouls. They had 26 compared to 20 fouls. And I think one of the things you got to understand is, like, yeah, this is preseason basketball. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. But there's certain players you got to look out at, okay? Like, we're not going to really talk about John Collins or Trae Young or any of the stars because it doesn't matter. What you got to talk about is guys like Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, Sharif Cooper, Jalen Johnson, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Gorgie Dang, DeLon Wright, Kevin Huerter, Johnny Hamilton, who came overseas and is trying to make this roster. And who's going to be on there? Because they lost some players. They lost some players this past offseason. And I think Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot could be a guy who could replace Tony Snell, okay? And I know they kept Solomon Hill, but, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot can guard, I think, point guard, shooting guard, and small forwards, and maybe even some small ball fours. But when you look at this, I think the best thing for them, like, look, DeAndre Hunter, he was 2 for 3 from 3, and I still think he's still trying to fully shake off the rust. This guy is going to continue what he was doing last year before he got hurt, which was being a 17-point per game scorer, averaging about a block and a steal game. So keep your eyes out for DeAndre Hunter. Then Cam Reddish over here shot 8 3-pointers, making 4 of them. He shot 50% from 3. He was balling out, and he had 5 steals. I expect Cam Reddish to be this team's second leading scorer. I think going into this year, it's going to be Trae Young, Cam Reddish, and then John Collins and DeAndre Hunter will be fighting for that third spot. And I think that will end up having both DeAndre Hunter and John Collins averaging about 15 points each, with Cam Reddish maybe scoring between 17 and 20 a game, with Trae Young obviously being scoring closer to over 25, closer to 30. Maybe he might go down actually, and there's less shots available. So maybe Trae Young just scores only like 20 to 25 points a game, but so much more efficient. And I really do think DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish will take a jump. I think Kevin Huerter, he went 3 for 4. I think Kevin Huerter is going to be a 12 to 15 point scorer max, but he's showing that he can be a decent defender. He had a block and a steal. And this was a team that there was moments where I was impressed by them, okay? Like when you looked at them, they were able to have 7 fast break points, and that was good. And they had 15 points off of turnovers, okay? So they're making the ability to score on the fast break and, score off of turnovers. And I think that's something they should utilize. And they had 12 offensive rebounds, and they took advantage of that and made the second chance points. Had a lot of ball movement. Okay, the ball was moving around a lot. And Gorgie Dang actually led this team in assists, so it was just kind of funny seeing that. But what we saw was a team that was just passing the ball around a lot, and they were rebounding. Gorgie Dang literally had 6 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 13 points. He was balling, okay? And I just saw a team that basically, besides their guards, besides Sharif Cooper and Trae Young, I think every single player on this team can play multiple positions. John Collins can play power forward and center. DeAndre Hunter can play shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. DeLon Wright can play point guard, shooting guard. Kevin Huerter can play shooting guard, small forward. Cam Reddish can play shooting guard, small forward, and probably some power forward, like small ball lineups. Jalen Johnson can probably play power forward and small forward, and down the road he could be even a small ball 5, kind of how they're using Rudy Gay now, or Kyle Anderson over in Utah and Memphis. And then, you got Johnny Hamilton, we won't talk about. I don't even think he's going to make the roster. They have, Jahlil Okafor, who was balling out the other game, I felt like. Then you have Sharif Cooper, just a point guard. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot can play shooting guard, small forward, and even probably small ball power forward. Skylar Mays can play point guard, shooting guard, and probably some small forward, wing. Gallinari, small forward, power forward. Or maybe even small ball 5, if you feel like doing that. Okongwu, power forward, center. Solomon Hill, shooting guard, small forward, power forward. Maybe even some small ball 5. Clint Capella, Jahlil Okafor, just centers. Trae Young, just a point guard. But you guys get what I mean. Lou Williams, point guard, shooting guard. Bogdanovich, shooting guard, small forward. Okay? And then AJ Lawson from South Carolina, he probably can play small forward, power forward, and maybe down the road, like Jalen Johnson, play some small ball 5. So that's the video for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Till next time, guys. Peace. What do you wait before we go? The Hawks, top 4 seed in the East. They're going to be scary.